Here we are. Okay. Hey, Tony. Hey, everybody. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for spending part of your Sunday evening with us. We are going to go ahead and get started on our Zoom call. We have a lot to cover, so I just want to jump right in here and get going. We're going to do our product spotlight on Vital Biome. Amazing product. So thankful that Plexus decided to come out with another probiotic when they did. When they first came out with it, I thought, why? Why are we having another probiotic come out? Because Probio 5 is amazing. Probio 5 kills bad bacteria, adds in good. Why do we need another one? But as research shows, and as some of you may have been reading, we need a wide variety, a really big garden of different microbes in our gut. So Plexus, being the gut health company focusing in on gut health, they decided to do some massive research and come up with a probiotic, which is really tiny. It's the tiniest little pill that we have, but it packs a big punch. And Vital Biome is absolutely amazing. So I'm pulling up my notes right now. Give me just a second. I have like 900 things open because I wanted to show you guys a couple of different things. Let me pull up here. If I can find it. No. Okay, there we go. Here it is. Okay. All right, so Vital Biome is a revolutionary probiotic with clinically demonstrated ingredients that help improve your health and your mood. Its exceptional formula delivers 8 diverse probiotic strains that reduce feelings of stress, anxiety, reduce GI distress, and rebalance your gut microflora, dramatically improving your health and your happiness. This little pill was researched in Europe with a system, a machine that mimicked a gastrointestinal tract. When they introduced Vital Biome to us, they were explaining how jaw-dropped the scientists were when they started doing this testing. They looked back and they looked at it again and they looked at it again because it raised the serotonin so well. It raised akkermansia. It raised all of these things, all of these good gut microbes in our gut that helped with mood. Now, we don't usually say this publicly. I usually send this privately, but this little pill has been helping people get off their depression meds, their anxiety medication, improving their mood to where they're not feeling like they're going crazy. Like, guys, I thought I got on Plexus because I felt like I was going crazy. I was going through postpartum depression. I had gut issues, and I had been dealing with those for almost 2 years. And I felt good on the triplex, right? The Plexus was so transforming for me that I stuck with it. And when they came out with Vital Biome, I didn't realize I could feel that much better. So because you get into the norm, right? We get into the norm, and every time Plexus comes out with a new product, I'm always like, okay, we'll check it out and see what happens. And I'm like, man, I feel so much better every time I add one in. I'm like, how much better can I feel? Like, it's exciting. I feel so much better. I feel like the more we go, I'm going to feel like absolutely amazing in my 50s and 60s. So it's really fun. And Tony gives me the thumbs up. Love it. So Vital Biome came in, and it has been revolutionary. Like, the scientists were shocked at how powerful it was, and adding in those 8 strains and helping people. And remember, anxiety and depression, a lot of time doctors and psychologists address this in the brain. So they're trying to help all of the brain the brain neurons to fire properly. So that's what they're focused in on. Where do we need to focus? I mean, our mood boosting serotonin is where? 90% of it is in our gut. So this is just revolutionary. Our company is revolutionary, and I love this product. I love Vital Biome. So real quick, reduces feeling of stress and improves mood, and I can totally attest to this. It helps reduce GI issues like bloating and gas and discomfort, stabilizes stress hormones and promotes relaxation, supports healthy immune system, increases. And why does it support a healthy immune system? Because the majority of your immune system is functioning and created in your gut. So it increases lactobacillus in the ascending colon by 418%. That is huge. It increases bifidobacterium in the transverse colon by 157%. And it increases that Akkermansia, which is huge in the transverse colon, by 165%. It has 20 billion CFUs at time of manufacture, 8 clinically demonstrated strains, a delayed release capsule, so it's going to get to your gut, and it's gluten-free, 100% vegetarian, and non-GMO. Okay, those, I mean, wouldn't we be happy if it raised it by 50%? Wouldn't we have been impressed if it raised it by 70%? 418%, 165, and 157. That's huge. That's huge. That's why this little pill is so powerful. And when people talk to me about how their daughters are struggling with depression or their husband is going through anxiety or something like that, I'm like, get them Vital Biome. But my main thing, I always come back to, I'll tell them about Vital Biome, but I'll also tell them, you know, once again, I say this all the time, if they have leaky gut, they need to be on the triplex, then add in Vital Biome. So that's my big thing there, because if you're just, Vital Biome will probably help. It really will. It probably will help. But if you have a damaged gut, we've got to do some damage control. And this is what our company is about. We're about fixing root cause issues, not putting a Band-Aid on something. So when you do talk about Vital Biome, make sure that, you know, if they're really healthy, if they eat really clean, and this is just one thing that they just can't kick, maybe Vital Biome would be that kicker for them. But I always talk to people about, get on the triplex, start with the triplex, then add in that Vital Biome in a month or two when you've had some time to get that gut in order. Anyway, that is Vital Biome. Does anybody have any stories to share with Vital Biome? Just wave at me if you do. No, okay. No worries. Okay, then let's jump in. We will talk about the changes with our comp plan. Let's jump in here. Guys, this is really cool. I don't know if you got the email and if you watched the video by Tarl and Alec talking about the compensation plan. I'm going to break this down a little bit. They've made one change, and it really is a solid, amazing change. It only affects about 500 ambassadors' income, and Plexus gave them a year's notice. I love that. I love this about our company. Can you imagine if a company coming to you and saying, hey, you're our employee, and we're probably going to have to change some things in your income, but we're going to give you a year to get all set up, make some savings, plan things out, figure out some other income. So you'll be all set, and in a year we'll make that change. Who does that? Nobody. Nobody does that. No company comes to you like that and says, hey, we're going to give you 1 year to prep, and then we're going to make this change to your income. But Plexus did. Plexus talked to these 500 ambassadors and said, hey, this is what's happening. We're making this change. This is going to affect your paycheck, but we're going to give you a year to work on this. And here's what it is. And this is the other thing. It's not like they didn't have the ability to change it. So here's what Plexus did, and I think it was a very smart move. Let me pull up my notes. Okay. So let's talk about ranks. Let's talk about gold ambassador, because when you become a silver ambassador, you just need 3 new ambassadors or 3 active ambassadors, right? That's what makes you a silver. Then as you move up from silver, you start getting into Plexus pay points. Plexus pay points are what is going to, those Plexus pay points are what make you move up in rank. So let me go back real quick and let's talk about what a Plexus pay point is. So a Plexus point, you earn them for each ambassador with 100 PV, or if they purchased a $199 welcome pack in that month, you added them that month and they ordered a $199 welcome pack, you get Plexus points for them. So for every ambassador that has 100 PV, that's their personal volume, that's what they order. Those are the personal volume points for when they order. Plexus points looks at your ambassadors and says, okay, she's got 5 ambassadors that are ordering 100 PV. So they'll give you, and this is on your level 1, so they'll give you 5 plexus points for each of those ambassadors. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's 25 plexus points because you have 5 ambassadors that are ordering 100 PV. So that's a plexus point. Plexus points are based on your ambassadors. So we get, if someone signs up on your level 1 through 3, we get 5 plexus points. Level 4 is 4 plexus points. Level 5 is 3 plexus points. Level 6 is 2 plexus points. And level 7 is 1 plexus point. So we get paid 7 levels deep, helping other people build their business, and we get those plexus points and we get paid off of them. So gold is 100 plexus points. So you reach the rank of gold, you get 100 plexus points. That means you have at least, let's see, what is that? Well, gosh, me and math, we don't mix. 20. That's at least 20 ambassadors ordering 100 PV or more, okay? So 20 ambassadors ordering 100 PV or more on your first through your third level gives you 5 points each, which is 100 plexus points. So now 15 of that 100 points has to be outside your primary leg. So what's that? What's a primary leg? Okay, most everyone has at least one person under them that is building more than all the others. Okay, I have a heavier leg. I have one person that's building more. It's just got more builders underneath it than everyone else. So that's your primary leg. That's what that's called. Your primary leg is your biggest building person, and most everyone has one. What's been happening is people are getting lots of plexus points underneath their one leg. And all plexus wants to do is say, hey, you can have a really heavy leg. You can have that rock star, that gold person that just runs with it and has a million different ambassadors because they really started building. But we want you to, for gold ambassador, we want you to at least have 15 points that are not underneath that person. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to have 2 builders. This doesn't mean that you have to have 2 people building. Those 15 points can be all on you. Those 15 points can be 3 people that you signed up, 5 people that you signed up. But you can have that one heavy leg. So here's this one person, right? Here's this one person. I'm a visual learner, so I'm going to do this. Here's this one person. Here's their big, they have a ton of people underneath them. But you have to have more people on your, either your 1 level or you have to have them over here, but they can't be under that one person that's building because that's your primary leg. So plexus is just saying, hey, we want you to balance out just a little bit and have at least 15 points of your 100 not underneath that person. So what's been happening is people are getting lots of plexus points. So let's say they reached gold, okay? They arrived at gold with 100 points, but their primary leg, they had that one person just take off, and their primary leg is so big that each month they actually have 300 points. But they can't rank up to senior gold because remember, senior gold is 250 points. They can't rank up to senior gold because they don't have 15 points outside that person. So all 300 points is underneath this one person. So they've got 300 points. They can't rank up to senior gold because they don't have 15 points over here on their outside leg. But they're getting paid on those 300 points. So Plexus looked at that and they said, that's really not setting people up for success. That's really not a legacy company that can be sustained long term. And it's really not fair because this one person's doing all the work and this person's getting paid for it and not building anything else. They're not working anything else. They don't have anything else outside their primary leg. So this is the change that Plexus made. They said, okay, you can have that big, huge builder but we're not going to pay you on anything above senior gold. We're going to, you're a gold ambassador, so we will pay you on 100 to 249 points. Why? Because at 250 points, you go senior gold. But remember, this person's got 300 points every single month because this leg is so big. But Plexus is like, look, we're not going to pay you on all 300 points anymore because you're not really doing anything. This one person is doing all the work. Your primary leg is so big. So we're going to pay you on 249 points. Now, if you add 3 people and get your 15 points, then boom, you can rank up. And then we'll pay you on those points. So that's the only change they made. They put a limit on how much someone can make when they don't have enough points outside their primary leg to rank up. So if you're gold and you have 100 points, you reach that 100 points and you're gold, and let's say you have that primary leg and it just starts taking off, you've got to still build your business. You can't just depend upon that one person. So you're only going to get paid off of 249 points unless you keep adding to your team and you keep getting those points that you need. So let's break this down a little bit. Okay, so you'll get paid on 249 points, 250 is that. So let's look at this real quick. So let me find my breakdown. Hold on just a second. I had it pulled up here. Okay. So with gold, you have 100 plexus points. 15 of those points have to be outside your primary leg, not underneath that person that's working it like crazy. For senior gold, you have to reach 250 points, and 40 of those points have to be outside that primary leg. Now, it can be under a couple people. It doesn't have to all be on your first line. It can be under several other people over here. So Ruby, you have to reach 500 points, and 100 has to be outside your primary leg. Senior Ruby, 750 points, 150 outside your primary leg. Emerald, 1,500 points, 375 outside your primary leg. And you can continue to go on with this. To be quite honest, if you think about it, going gold is 100 points, and you have to have 15 outside your primary leg. That's 3 people. That's really easy to do. So it's not really affecting golds and senior golds. It's more affecting like emeralds, people that have reached emerald and they've got one main person that's really growing and helping them to hit emerald points and above. I know two gals who they have more than 1,500 points every single month, but they have not re-ranked to emerald because those 1,500 points are underneath one person. Now they're trying to build, but they can't hit that 375 points outside the primary leg. So this will affect them because they're only going to be paid up to right underneath Sapphire. They're not going to get any points beyond Sapphire because they have to get those points outside the primary leg to rank up. So it does happen, but it's usually the higher ranks that it's affecting, because if you think about it, you can stay gold, you can get all those points because it's just 3 people. So if you're sharing even in the least bit, you're going to be adding, at least one person a month, and you'll hit it. You'll hit that outside the primary leg. Okay, I'm going to screen share. I'm going to show you where you can see your points that are outside your primary leg in your back office. So give me 2 seconds. Let me pull this up. And this way you'll know exactly where to find all this. My Wi-Fi is so slow today. I have no idea if it is. I don't know what it is. Okay. Here we go. Okay, let me switch months here so I can show you a bigger month to where it'll make more sense. All right, I'm going to screen share. Okay, so right here, when you click on your points, so this is for August. These were my total points. This is outside my primary leg. So I'm solid. I have 340 points outside so these two numbers, this was July, this was August. Okay, so 340 points were outside of my primary leg. So I have one person that has a little bit more underneath them. They're my primary leg, but really I'm fairly evened out. I don't really have a dominant builder at this time. I did before, but I have probably 2 or 3 that are dominant builders. So I'm very even. So that it's not something that I have to worry about. But this is where you can see it. This tells you, here's your total points. These are all your plexus points. Here's your total points. These are outside your primary leg. Now you can go to Training Center, Resource Library, and hit Compensation Plan, and this full compensation plan pulls up, and then you can read what you need. So for gold, 100 points, 15 have to be outside your primary leg. Senior gold, 250, 40 points has to be outside your primary leg. So this breaks down what you have to have. So for Ruby, I just have to have 100 points outside my primary leg. I have 340. So I don't worry about this at all because I'm set there. So I have enough outside my primary leg to where once I hit 750, I'll have no problem. I will be senior Ruby. Sorry, my computer is dinging. Okay, so that is that. Yay. So does anybody have any questions? Was that clear? I know it was a lot of info. Good. It was a very simple change that they made, but really, even though I know it feels harsh for those people, those 500 people, because they were making a lot of points off of one person, and now they're going to stop being paid on a big chunk of those points. But it also encourages them to be like, hey, you can't just put all your eggs in one basket. You can't just depend on one person to build your business. You've got to actually do a little something too. And that will give you a solid business. Because can you imagine being an emerald? And guys, this has happened. I have talked to diamonds that have told me this has happened. They have had senior rubies and emeralds just say, I'm done. And they go to a different network marketing company. Can you imagine being an emerald and just going, I mean, I make 10 grand a month and have a free trip to Hawaii and have a free car, but I don't know. I want to go sell jewelry now. I don't know. I don't know what goes through their head. So that blows my mind, but it happens. Stuff pops up and people will be like, I'm done. So if you're building a business and you're all dependent upon this one person, and you've done you've put effort into it, you've helped them build and you've talked them through, and then they just leave, that's really hard. So Plexus is trying to think legacy, they're trying to think future, and they're trying to encourage other people to do the same. Don't just depend on that one person. Keep building, keep adding, keep pouring into your other people too. Help them build, help them see the vision, so that you don't put all your eggs in one basket and then that person leaves. So that's kind of the idea behind that. Okay, let me check my notes really quick. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all. Okay, so I think I mentioned a week and a half ago, and I was so embarrassed because doing my story was so easy. It was so easy to go in the virtual office and fill out the My Story information. And then they do this cute little, let me screen share again. Then they set you up with this cute, so you can do a video if you wanted to, you can post stuff to Facebook. Here's the link so people can find your story. And then they set it up like this. You can add a picture and you can add little info, but it looks very, very professional. And then you can just share and people can click on it and they can see your story. And then people can share it if they want to, and or you can share it. And they even put the disclaimers down here. You know, this statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, blah, blah, blah. But this was so easy to do. I was really embarrassed I had not done this sooner. And then this is something you can share with other people as you are continuing to prospect. Like it was so simple. So right here in the resource library underneath our second step, which is share additional stories and testimonies. This is where you find the My Story FAQ, tell your story PDF, and how to tell your story. And you just click on it and you just follow the links and you just fill in the information, and they even give you prompts and ideas. And I literally threw this together in 15 minutes. Now, it might take you a little bit longer if you're still building your story. But you guys know I've been telling my story for 4 years. So I had it down and I literally popped it in there in 15 minutes. And I was like so embarrassed I had not done this sooner. So I really encourage you, go and do the My Story in the virtual office. Just take a little bit of time. They give you ideas. Yeah, Missy's got a question.
Yeah, I have a question. I was wondering, when you make the My Story in the virtual office, where will that story show up? Like, where will it be displayed? When people go to my website, will it show up there? Or where do they have to click on? Or what do they have to do? And is it like connected to the website? I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent question. They provide a link and you can click on the link. So it kind of has its own spot. Plexus made a My Story spot, and I'm pretty sure you can, and so it just gives you a specific link. Hold on. Yeah, it just gives you a specific link that is just your story. So it's kind of just a professional page, and it just pops up to its own link. So you can share the link with anybody. That's a really good question. I kind of wish they would put it on our website. That's a good thought, Mitzi. I hadn't even thought about that. That would be nice. But you can send anybody the link and they just click on it and it's nice and professional and you can see it. Hold on just a second. Ember had a question. Go ahead.
So how do you browse other people's stories?
Good question. And I'm not sure if I have the answer to that. Let me look. I know sorry, I have a text message that is blowing up on my phone. I'm going to mute this. I know that they post them on the Plexus. They will post the testimonies on the Plexus Ambassador page. And so I know that there's some posted there, but I don't know if there's like a database that we can click on and go see a bunch of testimonies. That's a really good question. Let me write that down and I will ask. And I'll ask in the Plexus Ambassador page, because I would think that they would have a place where you could just browse other people's My Stories. So I'll ask about that, Ember. That's a great question.
Or I can ask.
Yeah, if you find the answer before I do, please share. Let me just try and hide this. Okay. All right, any other questions? Okay, well, I am going to wrap up our bingo game Mitzi had a bingo. So I think she's the only one. She's the only one that sent her picture into our chat. So did anyone else have a bingo? Amber, did you get one? You were really close, weren't you?
What's a bingo?
The
What's
bingo page.
bingo?
I sent you
Is a
one.
whole sheet?
Yeah, the bingo page. The bingo is just 5 in a row. And it could be
Oh, then I have like 5.
That's awesome. Yes. So a bingo was just like either all the way across, diagonal, just like a normal bingo game.
I had like all but 3 done.
Oh my goodness. Okay, good. So Ember has one. All right, so I'm gonna write this down. So you guys need to go. Let's see. So Mitzi got a bingo. Mitzi, do you know if any of our deaf gals got a bingo? Did any of them say? No. Okay.
Oh, I checked and I didn't hear it from any of them. So
Okay, I just wanted to double check. Okay, so go to, let me screen share real quick and see if I can pull this up. Hold on. So in our virtual office, our dashboard. So down here to my Plexus print, hit shop now. And you can pick, so any of the t-shirts. So any of the t-shirts, let me see, there should be a thing for apparel. No rivals, am I missing it? There it is. Why would they put gift cards about, I don't know why it's not in alphabetical order. Anyway, I'm thinking out loud here. Okay. So go in here and you guys can pick any of the t-shirts. So any t-shirt you want, let me know. There's quite a few. So pick a t-shirt, let me know which one you want and what size, and I will order you a t-shirt. Hooray!
Wow, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Stop sharing here. Okay. That was fun. I really liked the bingo page. It had some really good ideas, like just some different things. I was like, oh, this is a really great idea. There's another link on here in the virtual office, and it's called it was like a 90-day challenge. So I might look at that one too for our next challenge. I think I'm going to start one in January and start the beginning of the year because I know the holidays are coming up and it's going to be crazy. Did you have a question, Ember, or an idea? Go for it.
Am I muted?
No, you're good.
So I only ever found the bingo link through your Facebook page. Is it from Plexus? I could never find it in the back office.
It was, let me show you this spot real quick. Let me screen share again. I love screen sharing. Oh, dear. Okay, there you are. Okay. So back here, we hit back and back. Okay, so in the resource library, scrolling all the way down, they have this leadership mastery, and it has a bunch of different ideas and recognition bingo boards.
Okay,
And
I didn't quite see the one before that.
so right here in resource library,
Okay.
scroll all the way down to leadership mastery. So it
Okay,
has a bunch of different ideas. Yep. And the recognition bingo, and it just pops up. Then there's training shareables. There's all kinds of stuff. So if you have anybody who wants to build with you, build into your team, this is just a great resource. So I'm going to hop in here. We might do some time blocking. I just need to explore this a little bit more and see what we should do next to get, because I have a handful of gals that going to gold, and quite a few that could go to silver. So
all mine need motivation to get to silver.
yes, exactly. And that's, I mean, I absolutely love your 3, your goal of 3 really inspired me to put together the power of 3, because that's what it's all about. And I've heard it for 5 years being involved with Plexus. but I've heard it for years about just go silver every month. It should be the goal. Go silver, add 3 new ambassadors is what that means every single month. And that's how you go to diamond. They're like, don't overdo this. Don't overthink it. Just do 3. 3 new reach outs, 3 new this, 3 new signups. Make that. And Jen McBride, she's our closest jewel. She's Emerald. And she's not really working the business anymore. But she even said, when I made the goal to sign up 3 people a month, that's when my business exploded. And she simply made that goal. And so then that was passed down because she was inspired to encourage other people to sign up 3 people. This is all you need to do. Sign up 3 people a month. Make that your goal. And it's so doable. So anyway, no, I absolutely love it. So yeah, it's going silver is the key. That's how you go gold. And just go silver over and over again. All right, guys, that is pretty much all I had. So Mitzi and Ember, let me know what size shirt and I'll get that ordered for you. And I will have this recorded so we can pass it along and kind of share a little bit more about what Plexus did for the compensation plan. Really amazing. They're really thinking for their future for their ambassadors and how to help them set up a solid business for themselves. So, and they gave them a year. They let them know ahead of time, hey, get those outside leg and get that built so that you can have a solid foundation. So I love our company. I love their heart. And I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week and start it off strong. And I hope you guys have a good evening. Bye.